Yes, how you doing? Hope you're all doing well. Here's the date as we wait in this video. I thank all your kind comments in my last video because, like I said, I don't really like making videos like that. Uh, you know, people have their set opinions, and you know. Anyway, thank you, and RJ, I thank you for your comment. You had a good comment. All of you. I pinned RJ's comment. He had a good comment in my last video. I thank you all as we wait every day. I'm going to go over this right here. I took off this day of work for the weekend, and I'll show you why. This weekend, this right here, Trump's going to, tomorrow he's going to a rally in Georgia, which I thought was kind of odd, but, you know, we'll see what happens. This right here, the moon phase right here, then the 14th, very important, and then the 21st, watching, high watch. This right here, this image in iPad Goat, I believe from what I heard, this is the 14th. Okay, 14th, right in that. 17th, I guess the sun's in Scorpio, from what I heard. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I know this right here. This right here is right here, the 11th. Excuse me, right here, it's the 11th. So high watch. I took these days off work. I also took the 14th off work. Then the 21st, high watches. That's what we're here to do. We're here to watch. Well, I also had somebody say, I'll have Musha say about Netanyahu's wife. You know that they're up for elections now. I showed that. I'm not really going to go anything more over that because it's elections. It's just like it says in Malachi or Micah chapter 4. Micah chapter 4. I know in my last video I said Micah in Malachi. Oh, it's in Micah chapter 4. Now let's listen to Musha.
All right, guys. Moshe coming to you from Israel in the Galilee. Our rain stopped, which has been going like in a cycle. Like you get about 2 days, maybe 3. Usually about 2 and a half, 2 days of rain. That's what I've been seeing. And then you get several days of nice, sunny, warmish weather. So we're looking at today, I don't know, 66, 68 degrees as a high. 10% chance of rain off belly. So they lay there and they get the heat there. They heat the pillow up and then they kind of out there. He's getting pretty comfortable there. He's got a buffet out of the out in the morning. That would be all you need to do. The kennel's real big and bulky and be a pain in the neck to move it. Listen to the sanctions, and China probably pulls up with a boat and takes the oil. In America, it's not going to. Netanyahu's wife has apparently left the prime minister's residence to find a quieter place to work. Now, what a lot of you don't know is that the Israeli people think that Sarah Netanyahu is the one that dragged Benjamin Netanyahu down. So they think he's okay. They think she dragged him down. So she's leaving the residence on Balfour Street. That's where the Prime Minister's house is. It's nothing like the White House. It's not a real big, glorious mansion. It's relatively modest for a head of state. So she's moving to their private house on Hapotzim Street to get away from the noise of the work that the Prime Minister is doing. I think she's getting away from the protesters.
I don't think so because they're going into lockdown. And then he explains it again. That was his opinion. Then he explains it again. they've been
Their
protesting.
house on Hapotzim Street was basically laying dormant for a long time. And a few weeks ago, the neighbors were saying there was a lot of activity, people coming and going. So apparently she's already moved in there and working from there. It just took time for the media to get the story. I don't buy the story that Netanyahu's work is making too much noise. I think it's the protesters that she can't stand, and I think there's a chance that she's mad at Netanyahu over whatever, and they may be separating, and I don't know.
Well, like you said there, I had some people on my channel say that, well, they didn't hear Netanyahu his wife was leaving him or whatever. I've watched what's going on over there in Israel. I've watched Musha. Musha even said a week ago, this is a video right here on the 26th. He said that the protests, they're going to be locked down. They're going back in lockdown. So the whole thing about her leaving because of the protests, they've been protesting his residence back and forth for a year now. They call him the crime minister, and I believe, as he said, he wasn't quite sure at the end. It's not because of protesters. Because they're going in lockdown, so that doesn't even make sense. But the fact of the matter is, I had somebody say to me, well, they didn't hear that. Well, there you go. He just said it. I do not watch his whole 3-hour videos. He has 3 hours videos every day. Now, I do not watch 3-hour videos. I cut through part of it, just like I showed you, just right here. I cut through it. He also said in here, and I'll try to find it.
Wash up. Suppose one of the things people could do is the Saudis attacked the Houthis in Yemen pretty aggressively. They hit a number of different places. That could mean they'll be accounted to their count.
This video right here, he also says you can listen to the first 10 or 12 minutes. I'm not going to waste my time and have 10 minutes of it, but he says through here that Israel sent war's going to happen soon. He said they sent letters, pamphlets they have been distributing in the air, dropping them, telling for people to get out of there because they're going to be bombing it. War's imminent. I could show all kinds of videos about war being imminent, but I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to, and just like the situation with the vaccine, I haven't wasted my time with, I even have friends that send me videos, and some of you have too. I don't waste my time with fear. I'm not fear. I'm seeking the Lord. I haven't got into that whole debate. I'm not taking the vaccine. I'm not going to get into the debates on that. I believe we're out of here before any of that happens. The Bible says that it's not us that are going to take, even, like I said, I'm not even going to get into debating it. And like I said, I do not watch his 3-hour videos every day. As he said, I usually watch the beginning because he has the weather report and he talks about the crops. He gets into a lot of things that I could care less about. But as I showed you right there, I was watching the first of his video for the weather report. He said that Netanyahu's wife left him. They're up for new elections, as I said, and I have been waiting about the situation with Trump, that I think something should happen to him. But who knows? Well, I might be wrong, but everything the Lord showed me so far has been true. And like I said, this is the first part of my video, and I've spent too much time on this already. But, you know, like I said, I did see that, and that's why. It took me a long time to find this. Again, it took me longer than I should. Somebody said, like I said, somebody said to me, well, I live in Israel and I didn't hear it. Well, I'm not lying. I heard it, and that's exactly what he said. And as you could tell, Musha knows. He had friends that live right next door to him. And he even knows, he said the addresses. He knows where the second house is. He knows everything. So that's why I listen to him. He does have good things, but, we'll be together in heaven just because he doesn't believe in the rapture. And that's why I tell people that I don't watch him. A lot of Jews that are converts don't believe. They think it's all about the Jews. So this is the first part of my video. The next part, I'm going to go over biblical things and things that are in the Bible. And I hope you're all doing well. But as I said, this is my first part of my video because I had some people asking me about the situation with Netanyahu's wife leaving him. And that's my opinion about why she left, is because the criminal prosecution. That's my opinion. This situation where they've been protesting him for the last year and she hasn't left, and or gone to the second house, or she could go away and come back. I mean, she's setting up residence at their second house. So that's I wanted to answer that question. Love you all, and I'll carry on from here. Yes, this is my video today. I hope you're all doing well. The highest watch days for me, I took off the 10th, but the 14th is the highest, and the 21st right here. These are the highest watches for me. I will explain this right here. It says he compares the bridegroom coming out of his chamber and rejoice as a strong man runneth a race. He's comparing that to the tabernacle of the sun right here, running a race. And it is in this image right here I have before you right here. It's running a race. This is the chamber of the south. This is the chamber of the north. And it says the chamber of the south. This is the 21st of December right here. It's running a race. And right here, Psalms 19 says, to the chief musician, Psalms of David, the heavens declare the glory of God in the firmament. Right here, it says, their lines go through the earth and their words to the end of the world. Just as I show here, their lines go through in the end of the world right here. Back up. This is the south, the chamber of the south. Says, as I have stated before, says in the Bible, the chamber of the south will, the queen of the south, as I stated before, it says it sets a tabernacle for the sun. It says right here. Now I'll play it.
The glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber.
Right here.
And rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it.
Circuit.
And there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer.
There you go. I'm going to set up and do the next part next. Said finer than gold. And I will go over that next, and I will, this is the circuit. Says the sun as running a race. Says the tabernacle of the sun. Right here. Right here. I'll set up and do the next part then, but like I said, it says the bridegroom coming out of his chamber. It says right here, their lines go through the earth and their words to the ends of the world. Ends. In other words, running the race, it says, in them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is the bridegroom coming out of his chamber. It also talks about fine gold, and I will go over that next. That's talking about the bride. And to be desired more than gold, and ye are fine gold, sweeter than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, I'll go over that next. Love you. Yes, as you can see right here, I'm going to go over this just a little bit more. It says right here, it says, the bridegroom come out of his chamber, and it says, rejoice, as a strong man runs a race. It says, in both of these verses, 6 and 4, it says, the lines go through the earth, and the words to the end of the world. He has set his tabernacle for the sun. Tabernacle for the sun. It says, his going forth is at the ends of the heaven, in the circuit until the ends of it. For it has nothing hidden from heat thereof. This is talking about the sun in those both two sentences, 4 and 6. You can read this for yourself. As I showed in this right here, this is the sun running its circuit. It goes up and it goes down. And at the winter solstice right here, December 21st, it gets into the chamber of the south. The Bible talks about the chamber of the south. So that's the 21st. I'm still watching the 14th and the 10th. As I said, I took off those days. Right here, as I said in my last video, says right here, the Queen of the South. The Queen of the South shall rise up in judgment of this generation and condemn it. Right here, Jesus is saying he's greater than Solomon is here. Very interesting. This is the Psalm of David right here. So I'm going to go over that. The next part I'm going to go over here is that I talked about in my last video, because that's just as important. And it's about here. Right here, Jesus says, when you pray in secret, the Father which sees you in secret shall reward you openly. Himself shall reward you openly. And I will go over that right now. Love you. And like I said, we are out of here. We are watching. And we'll see. President Trump has a rally the 5th. The 5th, tomorrow, he has a rally. It's in Georgia. I'm really interested to see what happens in this next week. I think big things will happen. We'll have to watch and see. But this is very important about right here, the Father. And I'll go over that. So, and I'll go over that next. Yes, as I'll show you right here, as I said, the bridegroom come forth out of his chamber, just as I have showed you. Then down here, I'm going to explain this. Pray in secret, it says, thy Father which seeth you in secret shall reward you openly. Now, as I have said before, and I explained this before, this is in Matthew chapter 6. Jesus says the difference between praying in church, in the synagogues, as the hypocrites do. Verily, he said unto you, they have their reward. But it says down here, it says, The Father, which seeth in secret, shall reward you openly. This is praying the Lord's Prayer in your closet. And as I said, I say the Lord's Prayer first, and then after that, then I talk to the Lord. Just pray for you or whoever. Well, where is that? Else is that in the Bible? It's right here. It's in the lady at the well, the Gentile, the lady at the well. What did Jesus say? It says right here. It says, this is, you can read this for yourself. John 4. So, right here, the lady said to Jesus, our fathers worshipped in the mountain, and ye and that in Jerusalem, the place where men ought to worship. That's what the Samaritan lady said to Jesus, the woman at the well. Anyway, I can go over that story, but it's irrelevant. We're going over this part of it. So in other words, she's saying to him that the place where men ought to worship. Jesus corrects her. He says, the woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in the mountain or nor in Jerusalem. So in other words, this is churches. This is where people preach. That's Jesus right here. He preached. It says right here, he preached in a mountain right here by the Sea of Galilee. Crowds would be seated. So in other words, he was preaching there. Well, Jesus says in John right here, he says in John right here, he says, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. So right here, but it come a day now, and the true worshipers, see it says true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and truth. It says, for the Father seeketh such worship to him. So in other words, he wants you to pray in secret. He wants you to pray. That's why it says in Matthew, Jesus himself said in Matthew chapter 6, and I could put it up here too, it's easier. It says in Matthew chapter 6, the Father which seeth you in secret shall reward you openly. Okay? So he's rewarding you openly. Okay? I believe this is Church of Philadelphia, as I have said before. So he's also confirming it here in John. It says right here. So in other words, he's comparing, as I said before, in other words, the Lord wants one-on-one contact with you. You and him. One-on-one. All through the Bible, you can go through Moses and everyone. They worshipped in secret. That's what the Lord wants. He wants this one-on-one relationship with you, as it says right here. But it come now and is when the true believers, the true worshipers, shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such worship of him. So you are doing what he wants. So, as I have been saying, as I have said, this is not about me. My last video was not about me. I don't like making videos like that. People say, well, you had angels in your dreams. It's whatever. But like I said, when my dreams that I have had, things have come true. What is the Lord has showed me, just like the situation I said about taking communion. When the Lord called me, I was working 6 and 7 days a week. And actually, the Lord got me a job working 5 days a week that I have now. But I was working 6, 7 days a week. I wasn't even going to church. And I could explain that whole story. I could explain everything that the Lord has showed me. I would ask him something, he would show me. I asked him what I should repent about him. He showed me, and I repented over it. Anyway, I could go over everything, but This is not about me. I'm a nobody. I could care less. I'm just looking forward to going home with the rest of you and celebrating and being together. So, but as I said right here, the Father would see us such wisdom right here, right here. This is what he wants. This is how he wants to be worshiped. We want to please the Father, and that's how he wants. He doesn't want you to go to church with everybody else. He wants you to come to him on his own. I know I enjoy my quiet time with my son. I cherish that every week. We just had Cajun rub chicken wings tonight together, and talk together. That's what your Father wants from you. So now let's go to Revelations. It says right here, it says Revelation, the angel of the church of Philadelphia writes, the things saith that are holy and true, just like it says over here in John, true. As it says right here, true, the truth, spirit of truth, right here. Same thing as the church of Philadelphia. Also, too, it says right here, as I showed you, it says hold the key of David, right? What is Psalms 19? Psalm of David. Same thing as it says in Revelations right here. Key of David. So, as I said, I believe we're leaving this date right here. We're even living the 14th or the 21st. This would be running the race of the South. Right here. I've got more information about some other stuff, and I will go over that in a minute. Love you all, and like I said, this I wanted to say because I believe this is Church of Philadelphia, truthfully. We worship in secret. This is how the Father wants. Like he said up here, she said, our fathers worship in the mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is a place where men ought to worship. Then Jesus corrects her, As I showed right here, she was referring to, he was preaching in the mountain. He was preaching in the mountain Galilee, right here. So she was referring to him too. Then he corrects her, and he said, woman, believe me, for the hour cometh when ye shall neither in the mountain nor in Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship ye knowing not what. We know what we worship, for the salvation of the Jews. But he was telling her, but the hour cometh, and now is, and now, when true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in the spirit and in truth. That's just like the Church of Philadelphia, as I said right here. Right here. That is true. Holy and true. That's why I say, talk to your Father in your closet. Talk to your Father in your closet. Pray in secret in your closet. Be truthful with him. Come clean. Don't hide anything from him. You know, if you're having problems, take them to him. He wants to hear them. I know if my son had a problem, I'd want to hear it. So, anyway, like I said, I have got other things. But this running the race, tabernacle, Psalms 19, I believe this is what it means. And it's sandwiched in between both of them. When the bridegroom come up out of his chamber for his bride, right there it says it's like running a race, coming out of his chamber. And as I showed you the Queen of the South, I will go over some other things that I saw. That's actually it's It's leaning towards the 21st, but we could leave 10 days before that. That's why I took the 10th off. Right here, the 10th. We could leave 10 days early. I don't know, but we are watching. And I hope you're all doing well. And like I said, I'm ready to fly. I know you are too. Love you all. Bye.